Yo,
What's going on?
it's good times.
What's going on?
It's Moki.
It's Cyber Chase. What's up?
Yeah, we
You
are.
remember Cyber Chase?
We're in the Matrix now, Mo.
Oh hell yeah, we are, brother.
We decided. You know what? We don't need to look at reality as it normally is.
I got the hub going on right now, bro.
Yeah, we got the hub going. We're feeling good.
Oh man,
We're
the time.
looking good. I have Mo here. He looks good.
I think I'm rocking this, man. Do you like with the hat combo, you know?
Yeah, it's good. We look nice. We're in VR for the listeners. You're probably very confused if you're just listening to this part, but we're in VR.
Dude, I sympathize with the listeners. I tried listening to our podcast on our car ride, and if you hit like, hey, okay, Google or whatever to play the podcast, the only thing that comes up is a podcast about pigs. The Piggly Wiggly podcast in Texas or something comes on. It's hard. It's hard to get our podcast on. So you listeners, I appreciate you.
Yeah, we know you care. We know that you are.
You're here for more than the clips.
You're here for the long haul.
Been trying to get reality onto television, which is very difficult.
Why?
That's rude.
Ever do it
That's it. Keith, give me your hands. I want your hands, Keith. You've lost the right for your hands.
Mo is now. He's gone full crazy mode. I'm out.
You're done with the VR.
I'm done with the VR.
Looks like we're done with the
VR.
VR.
We got to see what that was like, and that was what it was like. So
it was your phone that went off too. It wasn't your VR.
No, it wasn't. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have you back. I still have a cough a little bit, but it's cool. People like a good cough.
Make sure to censor this while I put my hat on. I don't want these people seeing me.
To know your cool thing, little ASMR action. That's what they tune in for.
That's what they really want to hear.
Yeah.
I think that's all they want to hear from me.
Mo got a contraption for his headset.
See, this is the difference between me and Keith. You know, I bought the little little headset pro thing, a little carrying case.
It's a Mo thing. It's not a black thing. It's a Mo thing.
It's a
Mo thing.
It's a Muhammad Abdulrahim Ali Awali thing.
Awali.
Awali. Say,
it just looks like he's got big ear pods. This case he has
it's
is
big AirPod
big
case.
ear pods. He's good.
I like how I prioritize the safety of my VR over the quality of the podcast.
No, it's good. It's really good.
I want my
and
investment.
Then that and Mo's got a katana with him today, and he feels more at home. He feels safe.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Keith. I feel like this is the real me.
The real him is here.
I don't think I've been my real self
safe
ever
Mo.
since I've gotten a katana. I feel more. You know?
Yeah. He's here, and
I'm protecting my chastity.
He's protecting himself from me. I'm a threat.
You are. You're a little spider monkey. How's my favorite spider monkey doing, man? Walk me through your weekend. What you do?
Well, my weekend started off with a roast battle that I lost. Very sore. I'll say it was rigged.
You're gonna say it's rigged?
It was definitely rigged.
Shots fired to Danny.
No, I mean Danny didn't rig it. It just so happened that it was rigged. You know, and the crowd. I'm gonna be honest. The crowd that was there, they sucked. They sucked.
So
big.
crowds can suck, Keith. Come on.
Can I tell you why they sucked? Because they didn't listen. They were having a loud ass conversation in the back of the room. It was like a bunch of comics friends and like other comics that had already gone.
That's why you need a katana. People listen to you when you have the katana.
Yeah, and they didn't care anymore. They were like, "Oh, my friend's done, so now we can just have a loud ass conversation in the back." And
who's their friend? They're responsible.
I'm not even gonna give them the recognition. All right? I'm not even going to give them the followers. I don't want them to get our followers.
Yeah, we love our followers.
Yeah, we
Shout
love
out
you
Jill.
guys.
I love you, Jill.
Shout out everybody. Shout out Seth. Shout out Matt. Shout out
Keith's dad. Keith's dad.
Yeah, this is maybe my dad's listening at this far in. He claims that he's checked it out, but he doesn't have the time to check out the whole thing. He's not a long hauler, which is good because like all the good juicy stuff is at the end. Yeah, he's retired.
So he's retired, but doesn't have time?
He doesn't just chill. He's got stuff going on.
Like what?
I don't know. Old dad stuff. He's doing old dad things.
Are you checking in on your dad a little bit? You gotta know what your dad's up to. His hobbies.
It's none of my business what's going on there.
Yeah, fair enough.
So he said he wants to do the podcast. So I'm thinking maybe we just drop your mom and my dad in and just do an episode.
I think it might just devolve into just them talking crap about us for the longest time.
What do you think would happen? Because my dad's he gets along with everybody. So what's your mom like? Is she like an open book type of lady, or is she pretty closed off?
My mom has two personalities.
Yeah.
But I don't think a podcast with her would last more than 15 minutes. Because she would sit down, talk to your dad, and then there would be like an awkward like silence, and then she'd be like, I have to leave.
Oh,
you
think there'd be silence?
She doesn't like quiet. So like if it's quiet for a period of time, she's just gonna walk out.
Oh, you won't get quiet with my dad. My dad will make sure the conversation stays rolling.
She'd probably spend a lot of the conversation trying to convert him to Islam. She'd probably walk him through the pros and cons.
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
Are you folks looking for new peeps?
Dude, she just wants to spare you from hellfire. That's all she wants to do. She's not recruiting, more saving. You know, you see someone drowning, you're going to let them drown? Because that's the perception really religious people live in, right? They're like, I'm seeing you drowning, you know, you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
Let me help you. Grow out your beard. But no, I'm kidding.
He already has a beard, so he's already got that part.
He's halfway there.
He's already got that part accomplished.
He just needs a kufi and astaghfirullah. But no, what I mean is Muslim people don't actually go out trying to convert people. Islam is not a religion that's like forcing people to convert.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's like you come over. People convert willingly. It's the fastest growing religion in the world, man. People convert. Prisons convert themselves really quickly.
They're
Prisoners
like, let's
convert
go
themselves Islam really quickly.
Let's up it.
But no, I think that's what at one point. I remember my mom. I had a teacher who is a lesbian and
hot.
Yeah. Really. She was my English teacher too. So
hot.
Yeah, right.
She did a really good job.
Shout out my English teacher.
Shout out your voice.
She did a wonderful job.
She really nailed your voice.
She went to Yale, so she was like, "We're gonna white this up real good.
We're gonna white that mouth up."
So, I had a student teacher conference or whatever, or parent teacher conference, and my mom had gone to the conference and she met all the teachers, and the English teacher was my homeroom teacher, so they like talked for a bit.
Homie.
And my mom was like, "What a delightful woman."
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Are you married?" And my teacher's like, yeah, I'm married. My wife is very, very great. And my mom's like, "No husband." It was the most awkward scenario ever. She said,
"No
just
husband.
Like, "No husband." Like concerned. Like my mom's like, how does she doesn't have a husband. How does she like go outside?
Yeah,
like,
how does she go outside?
Who chaperones her?
Women need a chaperone.
Who drives her around? But no, my mom like was like, "Oh no, we have to find you husband." Like she was genuinely concerned. And then like the lady, the teacher was so generous with my mom. She just put like her arm on the shoulder and was like, "I'm fine. I'm happy." And my mom like kind of understood and was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And then when we were driving back home, my mom was like, "All your teachers are great. That one gay teacher was cool too. Just I hope one day she just decides not to be gay."
I know. It's as easy as that too.
It's just that easy.
It's
apparently.
Really that easy. You just have to one day like snap out of it. You know what I mean?
She's like, "I pray she finds husband and God." And I'm like, "Oh my God." But no, it's funny because like there was no hate in her heart. She wasn't like, "You have to conform to my worldview." It's more like concern, like, "I don't want you to be hurt, like don't do that, like that's not." But like it's not right, obviously, because it's her worldview, and you know, everyone's happy in their own life. But like, I genuinely think it's different. Where I don't know, some Christians, it feels like it's hate filled. You know, like you remember like they protest everywhere. They protest dead soldiers' funerals and stuff. Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah,
remember
that's kind of like that's like the equivalent of like the Osama bin Laden type of religious people. Like,
no, I think Osama bin Laden was a little more advanced.
Yeah, but that's like the psycho sect of religions. You know what I mean?
I don't know. There's some like Christians that I feel like are like really mean to gay folks. You know?
Yeah,
like really mean. Like just
Fully.
average day.
Yeah,
average day homophobes. You know?
But like, even I think the Catholic Church is coming around a bit.
Yeah, but they're not coming around enough.
Well, the Pope is trying to change things. He's kind of doing that right now. Which is wild. Pope. Yes, of course, because he's doing new stuff.
I hate that Pope.
People don't like new things.
One Pope that ain't diddling.
People.
One Pope that ain't diddling. They all hate him.
I know, you know. Now I got to know this: if my dad converts, will your mom play golf with him?
No.
Could he get your mom on a golf course?
Maybe.
Yeah, you think your mom would go golf with my dad?
My mom's like back hurts. Like she probably wouldn't be down to do it. She might like show up and be in the. She might hang out with the caddy.
Maybe mini golf.
Mini golf? Are you trying to have my mom and your dad date? Is that? That sounds like a date.
Is it? It can just be
just some mini golf.
Two parents hanging out.
Two parents just hang. My mom doesn't hang out. My mom's version of fun.
Your mom doesn't chill.
She like watches news from Somalia and reads the Quran. That's all she does. My mom's memorized vast swaths of the Quran. Like she just reads. That's all she does.
Jeez, I didn't know this was going to be a brag fest over here.
My mom is a scholar. She's a scholarly woman who is not talking to me right now. We're beefing right now. But
I know, that's why we got to get my dad involved. Figure it out.
Figure it out as a mediator.
Yeah, my dad's like, if you can't listen, what's your mom's name?
I won't say it.
All right. Well, he's like, Mo's mom. You know.
My mom doesn't have a common name. If I say it, a lot of people. They're in Portland, in Maine.
Can you give
my mom?
Give a name that has the vibe of your mom's name without saying.
I won't say it at all because
really, there's no vibe.
My mom's name carries so much more weight than mine in the Somali community. People are like, "Oh, you're that kid. You're that mom's son." That's how they're like, "Oh my God, I like her."
So your mom's like on the front of the paper.
She's probably been on. I've been on the paper. She's been on the paper.
You've been on the front page of the paper?
Not front page, but I've been on the paper.
I've been on the front page.
I actually might have been during a BLM protest on the ground, so you might see my ass on the front page somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
They put you on the ground? Oh, you did it on purpose.
A demonstration, you know.
Right.
We did the demonstration.
I remember when everyone got on the ground on Commercial Street.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I was like, not that street. Why would you get...
You were standing, right, during that entire time?
I was standing at home, sipping on... I was having a drink. I was having
some ally over here.
Yeah, I was having some Mountain Dew. I was trying to stave off COVID.
I was actually playing World of Warcraft
I was having fun.
It was a great time. Dude, I swear to God. I went to my first BLM protest. I was on my way to buy Thai food. I ordered Thai food for pickup from
and you were like,
Boda.
WTF, what is taking so long right now?
No,
why are all these idiots laying in the streets?
I'm outside and I see cars just driving by. I see people marching and walking, and I'm just like, what is happening here? It's like a high school reunion. It's like COVID, height of COVID, everyone's wearing masks, like first time I've seen a human being for the first human being that I knew, that I saw after during the pandemic was Caleb Sherman. He hugged
Shout out
me.
Caleb. He listens to the podcast.
I love Caleb. Yeah, we love Caleb, man. But no, it was weird. I was demonstrating next to Caleb. I took photos. I did some photos.
Was he wearing face paint?
He was wearing all black. Everyone was wearing all black. He didn't wear blackface though at the time, which I encouraged him to.
That's not commitment.
Yeah.
He's got to commit to the bit. You know what I mean?
To the bit.
Always commit.
They were offering water everywhere, sanitizer everywhere, masks everywhere. It was a well-organized militia. It was great.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I knew you'd say that too.
Yeah, it was good.
That's a good word.
And we marched.
You marched all the way to your Thai food.
One of my friends, a kid that I actually was a summer camp counselor for, and we became friends when he grew up. But like, he almost got into a fight with the police because he was doing like slam poetry and stuff. And
don't do
speaking
slam poetry. That's, I mean, you should. Anyone who does slam poetry should be arrested.
It is the lowest form of art, isn't it?
It is basically. I'd say slam poetry is right.
Slam poetry is for rappers that can't rap or rhyme. You know, like it's like.
I think it's slam poetry and then taking a shit. That's probably the two levels of art.
I think taking a shit's above slam poetry.
There you go.
Because like if you shit on like like the floor. Like a granite floor.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, like with like nice like there's like little like cracks and the shit seeps into the cracks.
Yeah, shit crack.
That I would gladly eat that than listen to someone perform slam poetry. I would rather see the nuke go down.
Yeah,
on Portland, Maine, and listen to slam poetry.
We are taking a stand on slam poetry right now.
I would.
Didn't you do slam poetry?
I did.
Yes,
that's why.
Okay.
I did slam poetry. That's how I learned how to perform. I did slam poetry since I was like 14, 15. And I did it. Shout out Alberto Morales. We love you. Super cool teacher. He did a poetry expedition at my school. And I got into slam poetry, and I like poetry, but slam poetry I don't like because I was starting to do open mics at like 15. I would go to Blue, I'd go to Port Veritas at a freaking, they would let kids in at Bullfini's before they closed, and upstairs was poetry night every Tuesday night, and I went. My mom would let me go. I'd have coffee, and I'd hang out with the poets that I got to know.
You must have felt so cool.
I felt so cool as a kid. But the more I went there, the more I learned, like, all these adults were, like, heavily damaged people who just were complaining about their lives every day. And I was just like, you can fix these problems. Like, I remember in the back being, like, 16, 15, like, I think you can fix some of these problems that you're having.
Welcome to the Portland poetry scene.
It was so weird. And none of these people are probably in the scene or even remember me. There were cool people. There were talented people. But I just remember, like, any open mic has that random element, right? And there were just a lot of white women complaining about being a white woman. I couldn't maybe relate.
Yeah,
so
that's tough for you to relate to.
I think slam poetry is just the lowest form of art.
All right.
That's my essay on why slam poetry sucks.
What do you think about ceramics?
High art.
High art, right?
High art, yeah.
I love a ceramic. You ever spin pottery on a wheel?
Yeah, I'm not good. Not good at it. I know a Hungarian guy who was pretty good at it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hungarian?
Yeah, he had a whip. He brought a whip, dude. I worked at a children's summer camp where they invited internationals.
And they whipped the kids?
They did. They whipped the kids with a Hungarian cowboy whip. No, dude, so all the internationals would bring stuff from their country, right? So the Australians bringing Tim Tams, which are the Australian cookies, right? He's like, have a Tim Tam, mate.
And AC/DC tapes.
Shout out Liam. And like, the friggin' Scottish kid would bring haggis,
You ever eat haggis?
No, have you?
No.
Well, I brought it up.
You brought up haggis, not me.
I was kidding. Who brings haggis to... Yeah, I don't think you can legally bring haggis to America from Scotland.
There's a lot of things that are illegal, but you can probably smuggle in a haggis.
So the point is
you know what you do? You cut open your own stomach, and you put the haggis in there, sew it up real good. Maybe put it in a hefty bag
and boil it.
Make sure it's boiled. You want to kill the germs, and then just smuggle that on in. Go into surgery. They take it out. Boom, haggis in America.
Only for $150,000.
That's it. Worth it.
Completely delicious. This Hungarian dude.
Yeah, tell me about him.
Brought a giant cow whip and started freaking hitting its like sonic cracks.
Yeah.
And like the camp director came and he's like, why am I hearing these sonic booms from the boys' village?
And then he's like, yeah, the guy's taking shits. Or
I'm like, he's whipping me. But not on Black History Month, no. Not on Black History Month. But no, he had to put that away. It was fun though.
I gotta say, speaking of Black History Month, I wish you happy Black History Month at midnight on February 1st, and you never. I got no response. I got no thanks, man. Glad you're thinking of me.
So you believe you're owed a response?
I believe I'm owed an acknowledgement that you saw it.
You're entitled to a response, as you would put it.
As a friend, I'm entitled to, when I send you a text, I expect to get a text back.
It's Black History Month, man. You didn't bring out any tea for me here. You didn't. No cookies are laid out.
What do you mean? I have tea right here. Look at all this tea.
Just all the tea right there. What type of tea?
It's green.
Green tea.
It's green.
Oh, geez. For our listeners, he is going to do some editing to put some tea right there. But
yeah, we'll see how motivated I am to do that. But yeah, we could do that.
Highly doubt it. No, I'm sorry, man. I saw your message.
No, I get that.
And I actively ignored it. I want you to know. I intentionally ignored it.
You were like, not going to respond to this.
I saw it when it came in.
You saw it at midnight?
I was up at midnight.
I was like, you up? And I was like, all right, here we go.
Saw it, and I did this.
You
and
were
I
like,
went to
you're like, time to get rid of that.
Oh, jeez. No, I was in the VR space, man. I was VRing it up.
I gave you a bad habit. What's the lady think about your VR?
Courtney thinks it's cool. She got some motion sickness, but she likes Beat Saber.
Nice.
It's fun to watch other people play Beat Saber.
So she's playing.
She's playing a little bit. Yeah. My girl's a gamer. She's a gamer girl.
But does she have a problem with you being in the VR world?
No, not really.
Are you in it any more or less than you thought you'd be?
I'm in it more than I thought it would be.
Really?
So I bought it thinking I would put it on and play a little bit of it, but really it's like a novelty, and I would do it to play like Half-Life Alyx on my computer.
Yeah.
But I ended up like wanting to put it on more and play with it more because I just was like, man, this is like a really cool experience. And like I tried playing that RPG Azeroth's whatever, and I got scared.
Wrath, yeah.
I got scared.
Yeah, I
got scared.
I got a little motion sicknessy, but it's weird. Like when you get through the first levels, like they say like, how was your experience? Do you feel motion sick? Like, where are you? And so they have a feature where you can say like full immersion, less immersion, like way less immersion. And I went with the way less immersion. So what that does is it basically creates like a tunnel vision instead of having full vision around you. So it's not as immersive when you're moving. But then that tunnel vision goes away when you're stationary, and then you don't feel as nauseous.
Yeah, when you're moving, dude,
it's a weird feeling.
It's
really weird.
Like parts of my brain are activating that I didn't know existed. Like when you're, because like
bizarre.
You're doing this thing where you're standing. Like I'm standing. I'm not really walking around. My space isn't big enough for me to walk around too much.
Yeah.
So like I'm doing like, because you get a little controller, like
it's okay,
and you move it around. And I got really like I never get motion sick.
Me
I got
either.
motion sick because of it. But I will say it's fun to just kind of lay down and like watch YouTube on a giant screen, or like I hang out in the metaverse. I'll putter around in the metaverse, but there are too many kids. There are too many kids in the metaverse. There are a lot of kids with that headset. Like it's wild.
Yeah, when you go to the public spaces, it's a lot of squeakers.
So many squeakers.
It's too many squeakers.
I was at a Doja Cat concert. I went to the virtual Doja Cat concert. Did you see that? Like,
no, I didn't.
I went to the. It's good to watch. It's a good watch. I went into the Doja Cat concert, and I go up front, and I swear to God, I think there's someone who I think is a little girl who's just like, yeah, bitch, you know what I said? Just singing along to herself. And I don't know how I had to run away because I was just like, this is the weirdest experience.
No, it is weird. And I think they need to like have like a kids section where it's just kids. Like Because
Yeah,
there's a virtual open mic you can go to. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that.
So I went in there and I was like, oh, this could be cool.
Did you do a tight five?
I kind of thought about it, but I went in and it was just all squeakers, and I'm just like, I don't know. It was funny because all the squeakers were talking and like all in it and everything, and like you could see there were other middle-aged people in the room, like nerds like me, and you could see them with their emoji or whatever, their avatar. You'd be like, oh, this is like a balding middle-aged avatar. Like, there's no way this is like a teenager, and those are like, no one's talking because you just immediately feel uncomfortable and you want to leave. Like, that's basically what happened.
Because like you don't want to ruin the space for the squeaker. Like if you've been on the internet long enough,
it's a squeaker space.
You gotta, like, when there are enough squeakers, you just gotta let the kids be kids. You gotta leave. I think you got. I'm a proponent of, unless you're locked in the game, just find another room.
Yeah,
I don't interact.
I didn't want to do the open mic. I just was like, they're not gonna think I'm funny. Like they're like, they were like singing songs. Like there was this girl, she had a really good voice, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And she had a guitar, and she was playing her guitar, and she was a absolutely horrible guitar player, and and she was like amazing singing, and then she was like playing a guitar like she had no idea how to play it, which I'm pretty sure she just was literally strumming the strings.
You know what? I think that's a great way to explain my feelings towards slam poetry. It's like playing a guitar without playing. That's how I feel. Doja Cat concert's good.
So what's the deal with it?
It's VR Doja Cat.
How do you access it?
It's free. It's one of the events in Meta Horizon.
So you go to Meta Horizon, and then you go to events, and then you can go to Doja Cat.
Teleport, and you're in the Doja
What
Cat
what other concerts they got?
I watched the NBA. I watched an NBA game or two on there. It's free. They have a free NBA game you can just watch. I watched Dallas versus
like
Spurs, I think.
Old game?
No, it's a live game. It's like, hey, this game's on, and commentators are there, and you're on, like, you get the best seats in the house. You're on the floor.
That's tight.
It was sick. I was last night. I was laying next to Courtney, and I was watching the Mavericks play.
Nice.
It was awesome.
So this was funny. I put the headset on in the bed.
Oof.
And wait. Oh, you see, you just told me you were laying next to her. Where were you laying next to her?
On the couch. I wouldn't put it up on the bed like that, man. It's bedtime with your girlfriend.
Well, she's fast asleep.
Okay.
Way before I get.
You have a different relationship than I do. You guys have been in it longer. You know?
Yeah, I mean, she goes to bed at 8. I go to bed at like 11:30.
Because she has to wake up earlier. Right?
Yeah. So anyway, my point is, I put this headset on, and I was like watching, YouTube, and I was like, oh, it's cool. It's like dark, and so it's not gonna like interfere with her sleeping. So, and I had headphones on too, so it was like you couldn't.
I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, no, it was quiet. The only thing was there's like a little light bulb in the front middle. It's just.
This is the Meta Quest 3, by the way.
It's the Meta Quest 3. There's just like a light bulb, I think, right in the middle or something. If I'm not
there are
mistaken.
2 lights that turn on for me.
Something. I mean, I'm always wearing it, so I don't know what it looks like when I'm not wearing it. And someone else is wearing it.
Which is hard to explain to people how to use it when you're like not wearing it. Like it's hard to be like.
I guess where I'm going with the story though is that she woke up and saw me wearing it, and I had the light on. And so she saw me laying there, and she told me the next day, she's like, I woke up, and I was like, I felt like I was sleeping next to a robot. And I was like, soon enough, we're all going to be in the metaverse.
I don't know if I should mention this, but are you a Doctor Who guy? Were you Whovian?
No, I don't care about that stuff.
Okay. I'm going to skip it then, because I was just thinking about how in Doctor Who there was an episode where in this version of London, everybody had these headsets that did everything like that VR does, like all this super convenient like headphone thing. And at the end of the episode, it turned everybody into Cybermen. It turned everybody into little androids.
That's
their thing.
I'm glad we skipped that.
It was fascism.
I like a good fascism.
It was a good little fascism.
We skipped it though, but.
We speed ran fascism.
No, I am interested in watching. I'd watch a sports game.
It would be cool with football if they did it.
I mean, I can only hope
Yeah.
they eventually have something like that.
Dude, you know what I watched lately? If you want to know,
I do.
yeah, the NASCAR documentary on Netflix. Only confirmed everything that I ever thought about NASCAR drivers. It's like pure white privilege down the line, dude. They are some of the most insufferable people I've ever watched. They were trying to like humanize. Everybody's trying to do like the Jordan documentary thing where they want to humanize like these professional athletes, like
Yeah.
Drive to Survive. And they tried doing it with NASCAR, and all these drivers came off as douchebags. It was just wild.
What was it? Just the way they talked about driving, or their lives in general?
They all had this idea that they earned everything. Like they made their way on their own. Like they would talk about that all the time. They'd be like, I made my way on my own. Nobody gave me any opportunities. But
Yeah.
like they're like, but my dad was like really rich, and like he introduced me to this guy who sponsored me as a driver. Or like, hey, nobody ever gave me anything in my life, but I had a super huge iCar set up and I learned how to drive race cars on my computer at home, and then like my dad's friend let me drive his race car. Like it was just these wild like jumps. I don't know. I don't know why I brought it up.
No, I mean, I've never been a race car guy. I've never been a car guy.
You've just
But
been
as
a
a-
magic guy.
I do the nerd thing. I just do that nerd stuff, and cars they're not very nerd forward, you know.
Unless
they're
it's
very-
a Tesla.
They're very nerd backwards.
Um,
You know what's cool about Tesla is, you know, people are riding around in their Teslas with the Apple Vision Pro on,
mm,
which is I think is a very cool thing.
yeah, dude. I just want to see them die on the roadway. The Apple Vision, whatever, dude. Some people are driving, like walking around Manhattan with that on.
I love that.
They're on the subway with that.
I
on.
love that.
We
man.
talked about it last time, but I support robbing anybody with an Apple Vision Pro.
They had the guy sitting. He was in the front row at a basketball game, and he had his Vision Pro on while he was watching the game, and he was like doing his little like finger movements in the game and like doing stuff.
That's wild.
Right in the front row. It might like for all. I mean, those tickets had to be expensive, so for all I imagine, you know, he probably he could have been an advertisement for the friggin' Vision.
He could have been. It's $1 trillion company, right? I will say one cool thing I heard about it is the camera's really good, the inside and outside facing camera, to the point where it locks into what your eye, like it eye traces and everything. So it locks in on what your eyes are seeing, and it increases the resolution on the spot your eyes are looking at, and then it clouds up the rest of the space so to save on processing power. So it is kind of cool, the stuff that the Vision Pro does. It's just I was telling Courtney's dad about it this weekend because he thought the MetaQuest Pro was cool, and he might buy one now because he thinks it's so cool.
It is cool.
But it's he's like, I'm not spending $4,000. I'm like, I'm not spending $4,000 on that either.
Well, it's
a down payment on a house.
I'm
in some
so
cases.
glad that I went with the one I got, not the Vision Pro. It's just it's cool. I'll continue to use it. Like I end up watching a lot on it, and I'm not really gaming a lot. I'm not using it to its full gaming potential yet.
I've already connected to my PC, and you can connect right into your desktop.
Yeah, I've
and it's
done
like
that.
you're in your PC, which is sick.
Yeah, it's neat. I'm having fun with it. I use it when I can. I can't really use it to its full potential yet. But there's a lot there, and they're always updating it and adding more to it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I don't think I'll ever upgrade unless it would be cool to have like a really skinny version that's like just a set of sunglasses.
That's
But
that's
like
what it's got to
way
be.
in the future.
That's what it's got to be, because like, you know, no one wants to carry around a battery pack with a cord. No, I mean, you don't want to walk around with that huge thing on your head. Like it's not comfortable.
It's not easy to see.
No, and it's just not comfortable. Like it it's not really, it's not there yet. It's not really there yet. But it's cool. Where it is cool, and you kind of, if you want it to get there, you sort of have to embrace it along the way, or they're not going to ever make it into what it could potentially be.
Dude, I put it on in your house, and I was like instantly converted. I went from hating VR to like being like, I want this.
I know. Well,
I bought it the next day.
It blew my mind when I first put one on.
It blew. Oh,
it's
man.
crazy, but that's the Matrix, and we're getting in there.
That and a katana is all you need. You need a MetaQuest 3, a katana, and a photo of Drake. that's
all you need
around the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I was trying to tell you about. So have you ever had somebody like steal your magic cards and like try to help you find them afterwards?
Yes.
You've heard that concept before of like steal something from you and then they try to help you quote unquote find it, but they never do.
Basically, yes, I've had that. Yes.
You've had that happen.
Yep.
You want to share that story? Or
did I not share this story before?
Someone stole your magic cards?
Yeah. The last day of 5th grade, someone stole my deck out of my backpack, and I didn't realize it was gone for like a couple hours after school. And so it was like, you call the school, you're just kind of like, what? Somebody stole this. Somebody was in my locker and stole my cards. And then, that was the last day of school, so you don't see a lot of those kids in the summer. You just don't see them. It's like a bunch of students. So the next year, I kind of pieced it together. I figured out who took them. And then because he had all these cards that I had, which not a lot of kids had those. So it was like pretty obvious to me that he had taken it. Like it didn't take me long to figure it out. And so basically I was like, you know what? I got an idea. So I'm like, I'm going to tell this kid like, hey, I want to buy your cards off you. So I was going to pretend to buy my own cards off of him. So he'd bring them in. He brought the cards in, and then I was like, can I like borrow them, just see how they play in my deck before I spend all this money on them? And he was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, so I'm going to be keeping these because these are my cards, and that's going to be that. And he put up like no fight, and that's when I was like, yeah, those are mine.
That's so dumb that he agreed to that.
Not quite the story that you...
I only brought it up because it was that element that came up on internet news. Aiden Ross, who's the biggest streamer on Kick, he's just this guy who's really good at NBA 2K, the online video game, and he has like rappers come on the show. And last weekend he had 21 Savage come on the show, who has a huge album that came out, prolific singer and rapper. And 21 Savage and him were gambling incredible amounts of money in their home. And they were playing a game which is just like high card wins. So like you just take any deck and the high card wins. You take any card and like the high card wins. You can't look at them, you just flip them up. High card. And they were playing the game for a little bit, and Aiden lost like a ton of money. And every single time 21 Savage was pulling out like high cards. And someone in Aiden's, this is all like streamed and filmed, someone in Aiden's camp or whatever was like, hey, Aiden, you need to look at these cards. And all the cards were marked, like a nail imprint. Mm-hmm. All the high cards were marked. Cause that's how
classic cheats.
Like this guy who's worth $11 million just trying to rip off a streamer who's also incredibly, has a ton of money for 100. They were betting like 50,000 a draw, like 200,000 an instant, like real figures. Like in the end, it added up to Aiden Ross owing like $300,000, and like they caught the lie and they like handled it right there. But like 21 Savage was pretending like he wasn't in on it. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe this was a thing. He looked so suspicious. He's like, what do you want to do about it? He looked scared.
Well, to that I say, you're trash. You're getting what's coming to you.
No, nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
It's 21 Savage.
That means nothing to me.
He's 21. That's a lot.
That's savage.
It's 21 Savage. He has his biggest song right now is Red Rum.
Red Rum?
Red Rum.
Wow. Cool thing from a Stephen King book from 45 years ago.
All I see is red rum. He sees murder. That's all he sees. It's 21.
Yeah, I know. It's
21.
The Shining from 45 years ago.
21.
Yeah.
That's his, he also says 21 a lot. 21.
So you're saying he's not very creative?
He's autistic. He's artistic.
Wouldn't that make him... Does that affect his creativity?
Yeah, probably. He's from the Streets.
The Streets?
He's from the Streets. He was born in London. Moved to the U.S. He's from the Streets, Atlanta. Shout out, 21.
Shout out to him, man. Love that guy. I'm now a big fan.
A big fan.
I'm gonna go buy his tapes.
Killer Mike won the Grammys.
Oh yeah.
He won all the Grammys.
He won a few Grammys.
And he got some handcuffs afterwards.
Cuffed up. He got cuffed up.
Dudes, there's some awful takes on the internet about that. One guy was mad that Killer Mike won. He's like, I don't even know who Killer Mike is. How the heck did he win this award for Best Rap Album? And everybody was hating on him because Killer Mike's been in the game forever. Run the Jewels, friggin' all the other stuff.
Yeah, all the other stuff. That's what I know him from, all the other stuff.
But Killer Mike handcuffs for a misdemeanor. They said it was a misdemeanor.
Maybe he set it all up for extra promotion.
Who knows? Maybe.
I feel like a lot of these people do publicity stunts all the time.
Killer Mike has done stuff like that before too.
A lot of hip hop people do publicity stunts.
He had a TV show. He had a Netflix show. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was like something with Killer Mike.
Yeah, I think I did watch it.
Miseducation or something. He was wild. He had wild episodes. First episode, I think he was he had to live only on services and products made by black people for 24 hours. And he was trying to highlight how hard it is that if you were to want to support, if you were to want to be racist with your money, it's really hard to be. It's hard to to support just black people. And he had the stat. It's the average dollar from somebody in the Jewish community lasts in their community for 7 days. The average dollar in the Asian community lasts within their community for 13 days. But the average black dollar lasts in that community 3 days, 2 days. And he's the longer, money cycles, you're an accountant, the better, right? So he's I'm going to spend all my money just on black services. And I have to get from where I am in Atlanta to the show I have in, I think, Virginia or something, only using black services. And he couldn't do it. He had to he had hitchhiked for a little bit. He hired a black driving company. They didn't work out. He couldn't eat a bunch of food that he wanted to eat because the food had to be from a black farmer. It was a weird episode. And then he did an episode where he went to a retirement home and rapped in front of them.
I bet they loved that.
They did not.
What kind of retirement home was it?
It was an uncool retirement home.
Okay.
Yeah, they weren't into Killer Mike.
They didn't like hip hop over there?
He did one of his songs from Run the Jewels. It's we're overworked and underprivileged, and then
he says a da-da-da-da. That's a good rap.
Run the Jewels.
I can see why he won the Grammy.
He's talented. I think the song he won the Grammy in too was I think one of the lines was that if you go woke, you go broke. Was one of the lines in Scientists and something else.
That's a hackneyed term for sure.
Andre 3000 actually rapped in one of the songs.
I know Killer Mike as endorsing Bernie Sanders.
Did you not vote for Bernie Sanders?
He wasn't on the ballot.
He was on the primary.
He wasn't on the ballot, though.
He was in the primary before, though. Oh, you're not a Democrat?
No, I'm independent, brother.
Can't be on this show anymore.
Yeah.
Only cool people. Man. It's an election year, bro.
Yeah. Well.
You're not a Demi?
No, man.
You're not a Demi Lovato?
Trump 2024. Let's go.
Can you not speak such ill
make
into
it happen.
The
I think what's gonna happen.
Nikki Haley did get on SNL.
I think Nikki Haley. I think some weird stuff's gonna happen. The Dems are gonna pull something with Trump last minute. He's gonna not be able to be on the ballot. There's gonna be a whole to do, and then whoever they get for the Republicans gonna win.
Yeah, I don't really even. It's funny because
and that's a guy that knows not really anything about politics, so I'm qualified.
And I know a little something about politics.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how people are voting because there's a side of people that are like, Trump, it's obviously going to be Trump and Biden, and I don't trust my safety with Biden. And I'd rather somebody who's more coherent be in office, like Donald Trump. And then there are some people who are like, I want Donald Trump in office because all the other countries are scared shitless of him and what he'll do because he's a psychopath. And they're like, I'd rather feel safe with him versus the guy who might not react quickly enough. And it's just weird. It's just this, like, both reasons are kind of like valid, right? Like one group is like, I want the crazy motherfucker who's going to protect me that everyone's scared of. Like everyone's so scared of this guy. Like what he'll do, other countries are going to be worried. Like give him the best military in the world. Like other countries are worried. Like he dropped the mother of all bombs. That's Donald Trump. He dropped the mother of all bombs. Biden gave us another stipend. Like, you know, but Biden is, he doesn't seem as sexy in that front, even though they're both disgustingly old men who would never be allowed to run a Fortune 500 company, let alone, you know, a country.
Nah, but Biden is one of the best presidents that we've ever had at smelling people's hair. So at least he's got that going for him.
I think there was an old Onion article that says, white substance found in White House, really just Joe Biden.
It's just, there he is.
It's just him when they found the cocaine. It's also been I don't know, man. I'm interested to see how things pan out. I just hope we have a peaceful transition of power. And he's entering the metaverse.
I want a crazy transition of power, man.
Yeah.
Let's get it crazy. Let's
get it popping in here.
Let's have a crazy transition of power. I want everyone dressed up like it's a circus. I want a lot of flowing nylon outfits.
I want corduroy.
I want it to look. I want everyone to wear the type of outfit like a wind suit or a windbreaker suit.
Like 80s chic.
Like 80, yeah. I want, like, when I picture my gym teacher in the 90s, what she would wear with her massive fupa. I mean, that's
fupa.
This lady's fupa was out of control. It was on another level.
She got that fupa whoopa.
She did.
She got that whoopa fupa.
It was fooped out. This fupa was so fooping.
You're fooping kidding me.
I'm not fooping around.
Oh, man.
But this thing, and it was...
Don't foop with my heart.
You know, it was all shiny. It was a shiny fupa situation. And
jeez.
The wind suit.
Da, 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 da. Stay in a foop.
Everybody needs to be dressed up like that. I want to see that on the...
Do you think she, like, put deodorant under her fupa?
The monument at the Capitol.
You want everybody to go to the Capitol?
Dressed up.
Mo Keith time fans. We're marching to the Capitol.
Yeah, can we storm the Capitol?
Let's go to the Capitol.
Yeah, let's storm the Capitol in 80s chic.
Oh.
80s gym chic.
Samurai sword.
Yeah, samurai sword.
Samurai, just a little ASMR. Samurai ASMR.
That's right.
I'm going to put this away. Who's your favorite historical samurai?
I'm going to go with, Jackie Chan.
Racist. But good pick. Racist. Good pick.
What makes it racist?
He's Chinese, not Japanese, so he's not a samurai.
Wait, oh, there's a difference?
There's a difference. Yeah,
oh, okay. What's the difference?
The difference is one was bombed in World War II, and the other one will be bombed under the Trump administration coming up, but
Okay.
no, that's racist, man. That's not cool. That's not cool.
It
Name
wasn't.
name a Japanese person.
Let's see. The Super Mario guy.
I knew you were gonna say. Why did I know you were gonna say that? Why did I know you were gonna say that?
It's not like I picked something random.
I knew you were gonna say Super Mario Brothers.
What
They're
else
Italian.
is there? What else is there? Japanese? What do you want me to say? The Hitachi wand folks?
Yes, the Hitachi Wan folks are a noble clan of samurai that have been ruling the empire for ages.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. You
Anybody who's listening this far into the podcast is a real fan. I just want to say I appreciate you. I really do.
They hate us.
I really do appreciate you guys.
No, there's
You get sick and tired of us.
No. You're my favorite samurai. Yeah. Is that racist?
No, it's so sweet. I never thought you'd say that to me.
Well,
you're my favorite
That's what you wanted.
hobbit.
That's
You're
racist.
my
Okay, so this is the thing about that is that's racist, and I won't tolerate.
Whoa, bro! I wasn't trying to be racist.
Yeah, well, you didn't try very hard, but you nailed it. I didn't know there'd be an actual racist in my domicile.
That's what happens when you just invite random dudes in Honda HRVs with samurai swords.
What's your license plate number?
It's a Barbara Bush plate. I donate.
Registered Republican. Okay, got it.
If they had better candidates, man. Fuck, I don't like taxes. Do you like taxes?
I love
like
taxes.
taxes.
What's your favorite tax?
Oh my god, Social Security?
Yeah?
Oh my god, such a good tax.
That's
'Cause
a
it
great
comes back
tax.
at one
It's going to
point.
come back. You're going to get that back.
Yeah, if the system doesn't fail. You can check to see how much your Social Security would be in the future based on your income.
I check it 3
trending?
times a day.
Oh my god, you're so smart. You're so smart boy.
Makes me smart.
Oh man, he's an accountant. That really means he does porn.
I don't do that.
You've never heard that before. Have you heard that before? That some people who...
Is that a black thing? Sorry, I had to
It's
say
a Hobbit thing.
I had to say it.
It's Black History Month,
I
Keith.
know.
What are you doing for Black History Month to improve yourself?
I'm doing a podcast with you.
You're a father. You gotta have your kid be engaged.
To a black kid.
Yeah, your kid is black.
No, she's not.
I've
black.
seen her. She's the blackest kid I've ever met.
She's pretty black.
Yeah.
She loves, life. You thought I was gonna say something racist, but I didn't.
She just loves.
Say it. Say what you thought I was gonna say, and I'll tell you.
No, because it's my job to better you. I'm gonna better you.
Oh, is that why we started this? So you could better me?
You gotta better you. I'm gonna
Okay.
make you a better person, not the masshole you truly are inside.
No.
The mass hobbit you are.
I'm one of those Massachusetts hobbits.
Those Massachusetts hobbits that
From
lives
the
in
Shire.
Fall River. Shire.
From the Shire.
I'm from the Shire.
I live in the Shire. Shia LaBeouf. Hello.
I showed Courtney that video. Have you ever watched the Shia LaBeouf video? He's running for your life. He's Shia LaBeouf.
3 times a day, baby. That's what I
times a
do.
day,
Everything
baby.
I do 3 times a day.
Yeah, that sounds like OCD.
Yeah, it is. You got a problem with OCD? You OCDist?
I am OCDist.
What do you not like about it?
I just
Who's your
think-
favorite OCD person?
It would be Huey Lewis in the News.
When's the last time you made love?
2 nights ago.
Was it good?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
What was his name? You looked
Courtney.
up into the. You looked up into the left.
Oh, jeez. His name was Mark Normand. Mark Normand assaulted me yesterday. Oh, jeez.
You trying to kick the table and mess up the focus?
No, you've moved it, so I'm incapable of doing
No,
that
you
now.
whacked the table last episode.
And now you've moved it just beyond my reach.
I'm gonna keep trying till
I
one
put a
day.
feet up.
I'm looking to maybe get your legs amputated, so then you really can't reach.
That's why I come in with the katana.
Come in with the Katansky.
Yeah, Katansky. Any shows coming up?
Yeah, let's do our plugs. I've got. Let's see. I've got Lincoln's a lot. This coming up soon. It's gonna be cool. We got Lincoln's on the 15th, on the 22nd, and then we got Great Falls Comedy Club in Auburn, Maine on the 17th, and then Empire Comedy Club on the 24th, 10 p.m. show. That's a late show. That's cut your teeth. If you ever want to do a Kill Tony style show, just go sign up. You can do 3 minutes. You get 1 minute heckle free, and then the next 2 minutes, if you start bombing, we get to heckle you. And then
but they're not mean heckles. They're just like little heckles. They're like little pecks, little heckle.
And then in the first week in March, I'll be back at Lincoln's on the 7th, and then Bridgeton, Maine, at the Magic Lantern, back again for my 3rd show there. Hopefully they still like my jokes.
Yeah, I'm sure they've heard them all.
I'm trying to tell different ones. So I wrote a pretty good one the last one I did there, so maybe I'll have another fresh one for them. We'll see. We'll see, Bridgeton. What about you? What do you got coming up? You got some shows?
I'm kind of running a little late. I'm doing Empire, I believe, on Valentine's Day.
Oh, really? They got a nice Valentine's show?
I think so. You can follow my Instagram for up-to-date dates. I'm really bad at remembering my stuff.
Nice.
Also, I might be doing a Don't Tell. I forget which one, though, at one point. So I won't tell.
I think it is so funny promoting Don't Tell shows. I love that people promote their Don't Tell shows, and I think it's kind of like what people do, right? Even though it doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole thing is like, hey, there's going to be this show, and you don't know who's going to be on, but you can come on down to Don't Tell, and you'll just get some of the world's funniest comedians.
You never know who could be there.
You never
know.
And then it's like me or Mo, and they're like, who the hell is this? I wanted, like...
Well, we get good folks. We get good out-of-staters sometimes.
Yeah? You get A-listers?
We don't get A-listers, but, Adam Gilbert did. Max Fine did a Don't Tell. We had I'm struggling with his name right now, but he was on
well, maybe you'll get it later. Sorry.
I did Dylan Adler.
Dial on.
And Dylan Adler's all over right now. He's hot.
Diddler.
Dylan Adler's a hot boy. He's a hot boy, and he was on Don't Tell in Maine.
He's a hot
He wasn't on Don't Tell. He's actually just no, he was on Danny's show. He was on Don't Tell.
That's all right.
But he's a hot boy.
Yeah, so Don't Tell. Maybe you'll put me on a Don't Tell show.
I think I have, or the person who runs them has.
I
don't have any. I'm just a pretty black
guy. You could
guy.
get me in there. You could pull strings. I've seen you pull on strings.
What strings have I pulled?
You got some strings. You got a katana. Just bring the katana into the room and be like, yeah, you're going to book Keith on this.
Yeah, that dude has a machete.
Good. Good.
No,
it's always fun to do a new room. I love doing new rooms.
I'm trying to figure out what else I'm doing.
I get juiced. I get jazzed.
You get jazzed? You
I
become
get
a little
juiced and
spider
jazzed.
monkey?
I jump around. It's fun.
Have you been playing Eyes?
This week? No.
No game of Eyes.
No, we haven't played Eyes this week.
I love that bit. I don't even care if we're still doing the show right now. I love that bit. I think it's a hilarious bit. I think it's cute. It wins you over to the audience in a way that is very special, because it's like you're that dad suffering through having to raise.
Yep.
But and you're just I just love it. I just love that joke.
I've got a new bit that is probably gonna tack onto that one, and it's.
Are we allowed to hear it?
Well, the premise is just I created a game, and it's a the Tea Party, classic little kids play like a tea party,
Yeah.
Well, I created Psycho Tea Party, and Psycho Tea Party it's just like Tea Party. I have my daughter pour me 2 cups of fake tea, and then what I do is I splash them fake onto my face, and then I pretend that I'm being burned, and I shake, and my kid gets a kick out of that. And I'm just trying to kind of work that into that bit.
You're just training a psychopath or like the next like Wall Street winner, the next Wall
Or we're
Street
just having
poker.
fun, you know? We're just having a good time.
Just psychopath training.
Psycho tea party.
My mom took me to the park. she
Yeah,
watched me
wasn't
go
creating-
down the slide.
She wasn't creating amazing games.
I don't think I ever played games with my mom. We watched Cops, but I've talked about that before.
Yeah,
it.
I love that. I love that.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do when I come for you? Run, because I know you have bad knees.
Bad knees,
you
bad
ain't-
knees. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Take
You're
a
not gonna
wheelchair
catch
in
me
the
to beat
store.
my tushy. But nah, man.
Can I tell one? I'll tell one funny story. Speaking of bad knees, it's
Are
really
you capable of telling a funny story? I don't know. If
I mean,
can
the
trust
internet
you with
doesn't
that
think so.
responsibility.
when I hashtag something funny. Usually people think otherwise, but
Especially if it's
So-
about our Lord and Savior Joe Rogan.
yeah. So I'll end on this. We'll end the episode with this little story. If
You
you're
shouldn't
cool
tell
with it.
them that this is when it ends. Now they're going to be like worried.
No, this is
What if they want more?
well. This is the last story, and it's a good one. So I went to go see. I went to go see one of the Star Wars movies when it came out, one of the newer ones. And you know how people are rabid Star Wars fans. Rabid. They'd do anything for Star Wars. And this was
Little virgins.
opening night. Did you ever go to a Star Wars movie opening night?
No.
Okay, so
I watch Star Wars on Disney Plus.
so here's the thing. People, they want to go see it opening night because they want it spoiler free. They don't want anyone to blow it for them. They don't want any of that. So they're going opening night, and it's a big deal. And they buy their tickets in advance, maybe weeks in advance, to go to this show. So I go to this opening night Star Wars. Everyone's there. Everyone's excited. We're sitting. The movie starts. It's going. And then all of a sudden, this guy is with his buddy, and they're like talking kind of loudly. And this is like top level nerds in this audience. These
These
people
are high wizards.
They are waiting for this. They want this so bad. And then this movie is being ruined by these guys. And you can just hear the nerds getting angry, and they're cursing, and they're saying, "Will you shut the hell up?" Like, you're just like, people are getting mad. And so eventually enough was boiling up where some guy gets up and he goes out in the lobby and he's like, "Hey, you got to throw these guys out. They're talking loudly. It's ruining the movie. This is Star Wars. This is a big deal," you know? And so the guy comes in. He's like, "We've had complaints. You need to leave. Like, we need to escort you out." And so this guy's like, you know, has even more of a scene, is louder still while this is all happening. Meanwhile, his buddy, who wasn't being as loud, it has become apparent that this man has no legs. He has 2 prosthetic legs that this man has actually taken off. He's removed his prosthetic legs to enjoy the new Star Wars film. So here's this guy. Here's this guy in the dark, just you know, just stumbling around, like just fumbling on the ground, trying to get his legs strapped on, you know, to get kicked out of the movie. And then eventually the guy, you could tell the guy working there was just like, am I really throwing out a no leg guy out of this? And so eventually what ended up happening, the guy that was being loud had to leave, and the no leg guy got to stay.
I'm glad he got to stay.
So no leg guy stayed. He was actually being fine, but it was just very funny to see that.
Poor no leg guy, because I'm sure that friendship is 100% based on the fact that no leg guy can't escape from the loudmouth annoying friend.
And there it is.
He's just like, I just want to talk to someone all day. Takes his straps off his legs.
Yeah, it's like, I'm in here for the long haul.
The amount of trust you have to have in the universe too to take your straps off.
I know, you're
in the middle
de-strapping.
of the-
You're de-legging.
Oh
You're
my
de-legging.
God, I would never, if I was in that predicament, I would never take my straps off at a public theater like that.
You're taking away your mobility.
Yeah, what if there's like serious emergency? Like, what if something
Any
happens?
number of
You're just
things.
gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I think someone would just carry out, but
Hopefully, but not that many people are good people.
it's true. They might just, leave the no leg guy behind. But yeah, I wanted to end on that.
You wanted to end on that one.
I
That's a
like
good one to
I
end
like
on.
ending it on a fun story there. Like
You were holding that one in.
for the long haulers that stay to the end. This
For the
guy's
good ones.
This guy's a long hauler. You guys are long haulers. We appreciate you tuning in, and this has been Mo Keith time.